So hey, welcome to another edition of Socrates Explains Everything. My name's Socrates. Thought I'd explain something. What the hell's going on with Russia? At the moment, Russia is throwing wave after wave of human sacrificial lambs into the Ukrainian war. They're using the old technique of basically prison battalions being thrown in against the defenders. It's called recon by fire, because as the Ukrainians shoot artillery and tanks and kill all those Russians, the Russians get an idea of where their positions are because of the muzzle flashes and such, and they can try to shoot back at them. But it's not exactly effective, and it's certainly not a great way to use your manpower or to be inspiring for the troops. It's just cutting these guys down. Upwards of 80% of the troops thrown against them per group is dying. And that's an insanely high number of deaths, because there's a thing called decimation. It was an old tactic that the French used to use back in the Napoleonic days, when the troops would either rebel or would have cowardice and wouldn't fight, cowardice in the face of the enemy, and they wouldn't fight. They would do a thing called decimation, where they would line all their troops up and have them step forward in tens, and 1 out of every 10 would step forward. Then the other troops would kill that soldier, regardless of who he was, a good soldier or a bad soldier. And it comes from the Greek veka, which is 10, so it was 1 out of 10. So it was a 10% loss randomly out of the troops. And this was considered decimation. And these Russians are going up, and they're facing 80%. 8 times decimation. It's truly decimating. So it's a tactic that can't last but so long, because they've already slaughtered hundreds of thousands of their own men. You're trying to wear out the enemy, and it's true, it does kind of work, but the loss on your side is horrific. At the same time, the sanctions are trying to really bite now. The EU stopped buying all crude oil just a few weeks ago, stopped buying all distillates, diesel, gas, etc. And just now Russia's pulled back its amount of crude that it's pumping out of the ground by 500,000 barrels a day. They've had a massive budget deficit. The screws are tightening on Putin, and there's really no easy way out. So I don't know what's going to happen, but at this point, the military's getting decimated, the nation's getting decimated, and it doesn't help the world in any way, shape, or form. So I don't have an easy way out for him either. Maybe you can go live in Belarus, but take care of yourself. Try not to get decimated.